Hello everyone, CloneYoshi here, talking about another horror movie. Today we are talking about House on Haunted Hill, the original 1959 one with Vincent Price. There's a remake that was made in 1999. We might talk about that one in the future, but for now we're just going to talk about the original. I like this movie a lot. The best way to describe it, if you haven't seen it, is if you've seen this Scooby Doo episode, it's kind of like this. There's a Scooby Doo episode. Scooby and the gang gets called to a mansion because one of his friends passes away, and there's like an inheritance, and there's a bunch of people there trying to get this money, and it becomes like a murder mystery. That's basically this movie, but without it being connected to people. The person giving the money is not technically connected, but there's a secret with that. If you haven't seen this movie, go watch it now, because I'm going to be spoiling the hell out of this movie in a second, so go watch it. But yeah, so it's kind of like a Scooby-Doo episode, kind of not. This is a William Castle movie. If you don't know who William Castle is, he is a filmmaker that made a bunch of movies with a bunch of gimmicks back in the day, and this was one of them. The gimmick with this movie is at the movie theater, a skeleton would fly across the movie theater while the movie was playing, and yeah, he did a bunch of different stuff. In his other movie, The Tingler, he had like the seats buzzing and stuff like that. So with that said, you can kind of tell what type of movie this is. This is a nice, campy, fun movie. Nothing too serious or scary here. It's just like a fun movie with some fun laughs and some fun humor and some fun horror elements. It's kind of like how I picture Halloween in my mind. I don't know if that makes sense. This is how I feel like Halloween should be. I just like this atmosphere-wise. I mean, there's nothing like Halloween-y really in this, but like the sense of humor in this movie, I feel, is very Halloween, and at least that's what my Halloween humor is like. I don't know if I'm making any sense here, but if so, I hope you get what I'm getting. Saying whatever, something about something is a thing. What else is going on in this movie? People are at a house. It's pretty much a trapped in the house movie, haunted house movie. If you've seen a haunted house movie, you kind of know what's going on. It's basically just like there's a bunch of people here and weird stuff is happening. And what's that weird stuff happening? Some people are dying. I think only 2 people die in this movie, and technically 3, but one person dies twice technically because the first one was a fake out. There's an illusion of supernatural elements at play, but it's actually a hoax that the hosts are playing because they are the host and his wife, or is the wife the host? Either way, it kind of depends on whose point of view you're going off of, because they keep saying this is your party, no, this is your party. So who's the actual host? Is it the wife? Is it the husband? Who knows? It's a thing. But the wife wants to kill the husband. She has a secret lover that's at the party. That's basically a big spoiler for the movie. But the wife fakes her death by hanging, and that was weird. Yeah, that entire thing leading up to that is kind of a bit weird and doesn't make sense unless supernatural is at play, because I forget the other woman's name, the character's name, but she's like freaking out, and like she sees like the wife outside the window before she sees her actual body, and like this rope comes out and in through the window and wraps around her legs without it being like, and that can't happen in real life, so I don't know how what the justification for that is, besides that she was freaking out beforehand, but I think it's weird that she saw horror before she saw the actual body. So, who knows, that's weird. That's just a weird thing about this movie. And then the caretaker part of it was kind of weird. It's kind of like, why didn't that lady caretaker say anything when the woman was scared at first? She could have been like, hey, I'm a person. Why are you screaming at me? But, I don't know. I know she's blind, but I don't think they said she's mute or anything. She could have talked. I don't know. She could have done ASL, too. Like, oh. Be like, hey, I know ASL. Be like, yo, watch me do some science, and you'll be like, oh, that's a person. Even if you don't know ASL, you know what ASL looks like, but you'll be like, hey, this person's trying to talk to me. This is an actual person, not a scary thing. Yeah, that's probably the main problem with this movie, is that it kind of doesn't have like a true scariness. It's always like weird scares, and like fake scares too. A lot of fake scares in this movie. I feel like every main scare in this movie, it turns out to be a fake out. Because the scary woman turns out to be a caretaker. The suicide of the wife turns out to be a fake. The skeleton at the end turns out to be a fake. Everything's a fake. Besides for the acid. Why is there a pool of acid in this house? I know they kind of explain it in the movie, but it's like, why? Why is this a thing? Who thought, hey, we should put acid here? It does not make any sense. No, it's not supposed to make sense, but it's kind of just weird. Yeah, this movie's best served if you just turn off your brain a little bit and just kind of like go along for the ride. It's more of a popcorn movie of its time, I would say. It's a fun movie. If you haven't seen it and you're still watching this, check it out. It is pretty good. Good haunted house type movie. It has Vincent Price in it, who is amazing. If you don't know who Vincent Price is, he's probably like one of the best horror actors of all time, if not the best. He's the guy with the mustache that you see in some horror movies. He was in Ten Commandments without his mustache. I think he was the Egyptian that Moses kills in Ten Commandments. I don't watch that much of Ten Commandments. I'm more of a Prince of Egypt type guy, but hey, if you've seen Ten Commandments, you've probably seen Vincent Price. Then he was also on an episode of The Muppet Show, so if you're into the Muppets, you might have seen that episode too. Who knows? But yeah, Vincent Price is cool. I feel like the character dynamics in this movie are fun and are kind of quirky, and I feel like that drives the entire movie, is these character dynamics and this Vincent Price himself, this being Vincent Price. If you haven't seen it, check it out. And if you have seen it, what do you guys think? Do you like this movie? How do you think it compares to the remake? Are we talking about the remake maybe in a couple of years, maybe next year, maybe a year after that? Depends on how things play out. But until then, let me know what you guys think of this movie. How does it compare to the remake for you? Is this movie better than the remake? Let me know. Peace out. Hey guys, what's up? CloneYoshi here. You can probably tell what day I'm filming this if you've been watching all these reviews. But anyway, I'm here to talk about the average YouTube stuff. What is up? So, if you haven't already, subscribe and then hit that bell to get those notifications so you never miss a video. And then if you like this video, like it. If not, I don't care. And then if you have anything interesting to say, post it in the comments. And then share it with your friends if you really like this video and stuff. It will help the channel grow, and yeah. So thank you for doing all that stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
3-day weekend! Yeah!